Live.
Welcome once again to another edition of Split Decision MMA.
It's today's edition of our rendition of this edition.
Oh, Split Decision.
We're not new edition.
No, I can't dance like that.
No?
No.
Oh. No, that's a whole different group. Never mind.
Whoa.
I know.
I know what group that was.
Yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, it is your weekly podcast about mixed martial arts. We talk about the fights that are coming up, talk about the fights that just happened, and of course, all the rumors and news that are floating around there on the interwebs.
That's the new thing.
We like to digest it.
Most rumors are news now.
A lot of rumors.
I don't get it. Check your sources, man.
Like to
Check your
digest
sources.
it, send it right back out to you so that it makes sense in, idiot terms like us.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna put it out there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Jump into the first story this week, man. First story. Big news. One championship has got U.S. distribution with TNT.
Who's surprised?
Turner Sports.
Who's surprised? I told everybody to watch that the UFC will start to slide.
So now we got, the three cast-offs, Eddie Alvarez, Demetrius Johnson, and Sage Northcutt coming in like the NWO. Bam! Monday Night Wars, bitch!
Let's do this.
Let's do
this. You can't stop
We're going to be on U.S. television. They also signed a deal with Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report's got a streaming service now. Everybody's got a fucking streaming service. We need a streaming service.
We could.
I mean, that just sends our episodes. I don't know how anybody would pay for that because we don't.
Yeah.
You don't pay for them now.
Yeah.
I don't want to make you pay for our shit. I mean, if you want to send us money, we'd be happy to take it.
Yeah. All day long.
And we'll just spend it back in the show and buy more things like this.
Yeah, we won't. We already make enough money on our other side gigs. Whatever money comes in here, we spend back on this.
Yeah, give you guys free shirts when we can.
We try.
I
got to do another. I finally gave away the last bottle openers.
We got to do some shirts. Give away some pterodactyl bear shirts, especially for the holidays, man.
Hey, did you see what Summer Monahan said it's the softest shirt,
best shirt she's ever had.
That's nice. That's our stuff.
Yeah, that's everything. So one championship now going to be on TNT. They are saying that the first event will air January 19th. They're also saying that Northcutt's going to fight February 22nd. Johnson's going to fight March 31st. Alvarez is going to be either in February or March. Again, all on US TV now, which is very cool. Very cool.
It's awesome.
It's always good to have more MMA here in the United States. I just don't want to pay for another streaming service. I'm sorry. Bleacher Report, I don't want to buy another streaming service. You got ESPN Plus, DAZN or DAZN or whatever it is. Fight Pass. Man, it's too many. The Disney one because they're going to pull everything from Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Like, man.
Yeah. Oh, is that really what they're going to do?
Yeah, they're pulling all Disney things by the end of this year will be off Netflix. Oh. And now you have to buy the new Disney Plus.
What do you think off of Amazon? Because I bought some movies off Amazon.
No. If you own the movie, that's fine. Okay. We're talking streaming.
Don't mess with me, man. Don't mess with me. Because I did the same thing with iTunes. It's like, so I bought all the iTunes music, and now they got this new iTunes U or whatever where you get the whole catalog, but you don't own it.
You just rent it?
Yeah, and so they were trying to get me to trade in all the music I bought to be part of this thing. And I'm like, no.
I'm good.
Yeah, leave me on my end.
I picked the ones I wanted.
Yeah, let me have the stuff I own.
Gabby Garcia has another fight. Going back to Ryzen, of course, the organization that has fights for her, where she is 5-0-1. She will be fighting on the New Year's Eve card. And at Ryzen 14, she's fighting Barbara Nepomuceno, who is a Brazilian kickboxer. This will be her first MMA bout. Now, she is a kickboxing standout. She is 5'8" and weighs 198.
I think she's got a chance.
She's got
a puncher's chance.
She does have a puncher's chance.
Got a puncher's chance, man. That's what we did.
That's going to be on the same card that Bellator bantamweight Darian Caldwell will be fighting Ryzen bantamweight Kyoji Horiguchi. So pretty cool. Again, you get to see this fight. I think it's on the same card. Also, the Floyd Mayweather is on. So you also get to see. I mean, they go all out for their New Year's Eve cards. It's Freak Show Fest times 1,000.
Well, they just try to make an entertaining
one night of fights.
Right.
Yeah. Moving on from there, some weird rumor news. This is rumor news.
Okay, I would just like to tell you, there's a bit. I didn't even want to put the picture up, but there's a lot of people saying.
We'll get to this. We'll get to explain it.
Okay.
So this is coming from the Irish Sun. It's also on the Irish Mirror, which is a famous Irish. I don't know if they're necessarily just tabloids or if they're actually news or exactly what they are. But anyway, what is being reported is a well-known Irish sports star has been accused of raping a young woman on Monday after a weekend of partying hard with friends in Dublin. They said that the Irish star was on a wild 2-day booze bender.
And again,
and that this sports star was wild-eyed and wired, and that the Garda, the Irish police, have launched a major investigation to the woman who's in her 20s, who claims that she's been battered and raped, but no one is knowing who the star is. They aren't saying what sport it is, other than it's not a footballer.
Right.
They're saying it's not a footballer.
She doesn't want to make a formal statement.
She has not made a statement yet. It is being considered a credible claim. However, they're saying that there's been no statement from the victim, no statement from the sports star, and that there's no arrests have been made. But this is getting floated around quite a bit.
Right.
The reason why we're mentioning this on the show is that everyone in MMA goes, well, I know one Irish sports star, and it's Conor McGregor.
Right.
They're not. So a lot of people are wondering, did Conor do this or is he involved? Because they're not thinking, well, who other Irish sports stars do we know? It's just, again, they have not said that it's Conor McGregor. They have not said that he is a suspect. This is all internet rumors that are just saying, we saw this story that got posted. How does that link to our sport?
Right. Well,
it could be the only guy we know that fights
and the
out
other,
of Ireland. Even though there's multiple Irish MMA guys, we don't even know if it's in MMA.
Right.
We just know that it's not a footballer. That's all they've said.
And they said that it had to be somebody of higher status for certain newspapers to pick it up and run with it.
Exactly.
If it had been a no-name, but that's the thing. I mean, even by them not naming somebody, it's still no name.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not like they're running it in there to get circulation, because again, they're not saying who it is.
It's, to me though, it sells papers, because you're like, oh, I wonder if we're gonna can I figure it out by reading the paper? I mean, that's what all of us are doing. Can we figure it out? I don't know. So again, no one is saying that it is him. Rumors are online. What if it is him?
I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out eventually, but I just
or we might not at all.
We might never find anything out. I just know that the one thing that we were talking about was, this is how the mob thing started.
Right.
When Conor was allegedly linked to,
and all that was confirmed
or something.
All that was confirmed.
Yeah. So it just took time. It was at first Irish sports star linked to the mob, Irish sports star on the run, or whatever it was. Anyway. Moving on from there.
Pixels said we want to play a quick game of Guess Who. Did our guy have glasses?
Are we going to flip down the little things? You can win that game in like 3 moves. Does he have hair? Boom. Like half of them are gone. Is he dark complected? Boom. Half of them are gone.
Does he have his own line of really crappy whiskey?
Boom. Sold.
Thanks for playing along, Pixels.
Thanks for playing on, buddy. Grant Dawson is now free to resume his MMA career. He put it up on his Instagram that basically now USADA had originally hit him with an anti-doping
shit out of them
thing, saying that he was possible that he had failed. He said,
wait, Kyle Owens had one more question. Does he use the word fook?
That's still half of Ireland.
That's a good one, Kyle. Go back to fucking up people's drinks.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's rude.
I know. But he's going to laugh. Or give me the finger.
A lot of that, yeah.
Love you, Kyle.
So going back there, it says Dawson was flagged by the agency in November for being ineligible to compete due to the investigation. They have released the statement saying that in the likelihood of the ingestion of the prohibited substance occurred prior to coming into the anti-doping program, and thus that they were going to drop all charges and accusations, allowing him to return to competition after 14 months of inactivity.
Okay. And not admit that they fucked up.
Well, they're just saying that they didn't think he took anything while he was in USADA.
But still, it's 14 months.
USADA's not looking too good. You want to know what else they're doing? Mr. Brock Lesnar over here.
It's a glitch, my friend.
There's a glitch in the Matrix. So the USADA updates their athlete test history page on a weekly basis. Now you getting warm?
I'm pissed. No. Yeah, I'm getting hot now.
It was freezing his balls in here since,
Woo!
you know. We need to work something out with Jeremy and Senko.
It was cold.
He won't give us another lump of coal for our fire. Anyway, USADA updates the athlete test page every week. And there's a lot of internet guys out there that follow it to a T.
They should.
They're just like combing it constantly for data.
Yeah.
And they saw that between 1 week and another week, Brock Lesnar had 1 test, and then the next week he had 2 tests, and then the next week he had 1 test again. So they're like, whoa. Where's the missing test?
Yeah, where's it at?
Where's the missing test? Tinfoil hat theory says they're hiding something because they haven't said that he's busted for drug.
But they're not. They're not telling us if they're busted anymore, right?
Right.
Until confirmation.
They've now said, because people started to point this out, that there was a technical issue.
Yeah, there was something in his specimen.
No.
Allegedly.
They said there was a technical issue from the information being displayed to the information that they actually had. Nowitzki says that, look, I've always seen only 1 test. For some reason on the public side of it, they always saw 2 when they should have saw 1.
Okay.
And that there was a glitch, they fixed the glitch. It's like that Office Space things. Be like, oh, so we've let
we've let
Lesnar go.
If I don't get my red swing line,
we just fixed the glitch. So he tested positive. No. We fixed the glitch.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys erased his positive test. No. We corrected an error.
The glitch.
Yeah.
So yeah, very, very strange. Again, rumors are flying that USADA is still hiding something.
Play along. Just play along. Don't look behind the curtain. Just play along.
Just play along. Moving on from there, we have UFC 233. This was supposed to be going down January 26th. This was supposed to be headlined by TJ Dillashaw and Henry Cejudo. This is now moving from January 26th to January 19th in Brooklyn, New York. And this is going to be the main event for the UFC on ESPN Plus 1 card. So they have completely pulled and shut down UFC 233. And now it's part of UFC ESPN Plus?
Yeah. The first card that's going to come out, right?
Yes, the first card that's going to come out. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. You're going to get it, I guess, if you pay for it. If you pay for UFC on ESPN Plus, you're going to get it for cheaper than a pay-per-view.
Maybe.
In the long run, isn't it?
I don't know.
I thought it's going to be like...
I just feel like I'm going to get screwed.
You're getting a lot more streams, man. I feel like this is a problem. What's happened is that... I mean, this is just my own theory, is that the cable companies realize nobody's buying the bullshit packages anymore where you have like 900 channels, and everyone went to like Hulu and Netflix, right?
Well, where actually you can buy what you want.
Right. And I feel like they're like, shit, nobody's buying our big bundled packages of bullshit anymore, so we need to start offering exclusive content where they're going to pay for it a la carte.
Right.
Which is kind of what people wanted to begin with. They wanted a la carte. But now I feel like I don't want a la carte for $20.
Yeah. Well, like me and my wife, literally the only reason we keep DirecTV is for UFC and NFL. Other than that, we found other avenues. Well, guess what? Amazon is now offering NFL.
Well, at least Thursday games.
Yeah, and we just watched the Thursday game, and it was actually better.
It was a good game.
Yeah, on Amazon than it would have been on. They for some reason have different camera angles.
Yeah,
because I put on
they do.
They have different camera angles, so
they have their own cameras. The other crazy thing about this is that there's rumors that are saying that the UFC did not want to compete with Bellator 214, which would be happening that same day, January 26th, because that is headlined by Fedor and Ryan Bader. And so the UFC was like, we don't want to compete. We're gonna move this.
Yeah, what'd you say? You said Coker put that.
That little kid that does he's walking into something. And he goes,
no, I don't want no part of that. No.
Yeah, he put that little GIF up. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, this little guy right here. Gotta go.
No.
So yeah, I guess buy ESPN Plus and you can see this fight. Otherwise, you're just going to read about it like the rest of us. Moving on from there, Kamaru Usman has put out some more Twitter beef. Now he's going after Tyron Woodley. Once again, he still wants to fight Colby Covington, but obviously he wants to go after the belt. He says he has signed a bout agreement, posted a picture of it on Twitter.
That came out, Monday or Tuesday, right?
Yeah, posted a bout agreement saying that he has signed to fight Tyron Woodley, and Tyron Woodley has not responded.
He said, I signed, where you at?
Where you at?
Where you at?
Do you think, and now, of course, Colby Covington says also, I'm not going to fight anybody unless I get my promised Woodley shot. Woodley says, you got Dana White saying that Woodley doesn't want to fight anybody. And then you got Woodley saying, I have an ACL injury. I'm trying to recover, but I'll fight whoever as soon as I'm cleared to fight.
Okay, so he's come out a couple times talking about fighting people, and then now again he's bringing up the ACL thing. So I mean, does anybody know where he's at doctor-wise?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some more legitimate news sites like My MMA News might be able to tell us. Reach out to them and say, hey,
how come we can't
where is he at in his recovery?
Right, or like the list, like the NFL has.
Yeah,
where they have to report week to week
the potential questionable.
Yeah.
Out.
And again, for UFC, it would be different because we're always in season, right?
We're always in season.
We're always in season with the UFC. So we as fans, we as the media should be able to click to somewhere, check on someone to see somebody's status. Yeah. I mean, we could check somebody's drug testing status.
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
How come we can't
Should
test?
Be able to tell us when they're coming back.
IR. Are you on IR?
Cleared.
Come on, let me know.
I want to know. I think it's a good idea. I like that. I like that a lot.
If I'm going to make a prop bet on you, I need to know where you're at.
Further beef with Oscar De La Hoya and Dana White. Both of them going back and forth on ESPN, Twitter, and all these other venues. It started with De La Hoya.
Coke versus roids.
Saying that...
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
He plans to have another MMA event.
He is.
He says, I'm going to compete with Dana White in the UFC just the way I started Golden Boy Promotions, and now we're the biggest powerhouse in boxing. That's what I'm going to do with MMA. Does not matter. He only did 40,000 pay-per-view buys. He says that he is going to compete
So he
with
did
them.
40?
Well, that's what we have so far.
We heard...
Less. I heard
20,
less.
We heard 25,000.
And I've heard 30.
And now we're up to 40.
He's saying possibly 40.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think the numbers exactly have come out. Dana White went to Kevin Iole at Yahoo Sports and says, look, this guy acts like he's my competitor, but I have a real business that I've built over the last 18 years.
It took you 15 years to get traction.
And I can hit you with numbers for days about it. How much has Oscar De La Hoya invested in the sport of boxing? We've reinvested millions and millions of dollars in our sport and continue to do so. This guy wants to come out here and tell lies that make no sense. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He doesn't know anything about the sport. He doesn't even know the guys on his own card.
Yeah.
Which is true and funny.
I like that he said, he didn't even take the time to write their fucking names down and say their names. He said, even at times when I didn't know who people were, I still mentioned him.
Yeah, you had to.
I still mentioned him.
He said he's a phony, and God help anybody that wants to go fight for Golden Boy. These fighters are grown men and women. All they have to do is take one meeting, and they'll know he knows nothing about MMA. And then he also released this big Excel spreadsheet. This got leaked out here, which I think is hilarious. I mean, he even got his little intern to highlight stuff and create calculations, basically talking about what he paid his guys, including Chuck Liddell, saying that they were making a bunch of money. He claims that he paid Chuck Liddell to not fight. He paid him, what was it, $40,000 just to not fight, or $400,000, something along those lines, which I think was hilarious. De La Hoya decided to up the ante, went on Sirius XM, and said, all right, let's get in the ring.
Right.
Let's fight.
He's like, I'm tired of you throwing facts and shit out.
Yeah. 3 rounds. Let's do it. We'll put it on an undercard for Canelo's card on Cinco de Mayo. I'll give you 5 months to get off the juice. And then we'll both get in shape, and we'll go 3 rounds, and I'll give you a 50-pound advantage because I know I could take you on.
Are we counting TRT as juice, people? Because we know he's on TRT. Him and Joe are both on TRT. They make no bones about it. Makes their life better. Makes their Jimmy stiff. I mean, so if that's what you're talking about, because De La Hoya's on TRT too.
And then he said, of course, it's not going to happen because he's never even laced up the gloves ever. I beg to differ because he tried to lace up the gloves with Tito, and Tito just said no.
Yeah, and we actually have...
That was back in 2007, by the way.
There's video out there.
There's a whole... documentary based on that where he was training to fight Tito Ortiz, and Tito was like, nah, I just wanted to see if you'd do it.
But does he have a choice? Does he have a chance with De La Hoya?
I don't know at this point.
No, knock it off. Knock it off.
He was a boxercise instructor, sir. He knows how to throw punches.
I don't care. De La Hoya was great at his time. He's probably still great now.
Is he going to be off the coke?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Think, wait, who's a good therapist, or the rapist? Who's
Sabir?
No, the guy, Puddin' Pop guy. Remember, his shtick was
Cosby?
Yeah, Cosby said, why do you do cocaine? He's like, well, it just makes whoever you are bigger. He's like, well, if you're an asshole. But see, De La Hoya's a boxer. It's gonna make him a better boxer.
I don't think that's how it works.
Okay.
Don't think that's how it works.
Okay.
Would you pay to see De La Hoya Dana White fight?
Yes.
More than you paid to see Chuck fight?
Yes.
That's awesome. I still think
I'm a sucker for fights. Like I told you, I would pay to watch a parking lot fight.
Did you see the SantaCon one recently?
Yeah.
In New York?
Yeah. I felt
Poor
bad for
guys.
was it the little drummer boy? All these Santas are whooping ass. The little drummer boy's trying to break it up. Yeah.
A serious fight that is in talks and is allegedly about to be booked or has been booked. I haven't got this from the from UFC's website yet, but everybody else in the news are saying that this is going to be going down UFC Phoenix February 17th.
Yeah, they're saying chalk it up.
Cain Velasquez against Francis Ngannou. Do you like this fight?
Yeah.
I'm excited. I would think this is a great fight. Great test for Cain to come back and hopefully be at sea level and hopefully be able to come back and show that he is one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. And a great measuring stick for Ngannou after his last win to kind of get back into the fray, fight a former champion, get back up into the rankings.
Can Cain take that punch?
Can Ngannou handle his wrestling?
Okay. I don't know. I don't know.
That's where I think we're at.
I don't know where we're at one way or the other.
That's where I think both questions lie. Question one, can he take the punch? Can Cain take him down? And can
one guy's been fighting real people. One guy's been sparring. You know
By the way, Ngannou's team says that the whole reason he was on a downslide is because he went to the UFC Performance Institute, and it's the Performance Institute's fault for putting him on some weird training regime, and he needs to go back to France.
Donald Cerrone said the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Remember?
He didn't like it.
He didn't like being under a regiment, and that he did better skydiving and then fighting somebody that evening
doing his stuff
than doing the regiment that they had gave you.
Yep.
And
but he did like the facility.
He did,
He
right.
thought the facility
But
was
he
cool.
didn't like how the regiment was.
Yeah, how the
so
regiment
I mean that's a possibility. But I mean that's our thing too about taking a street fighter and then trying to teach him the nuances of actually fighting.
Yeah.
And then now he's thinking, okay, now this and then that, and then
Well, he's lost his edge.
yeah, he's lost the edge.
That's his little all the things that kind of made him him. Copa Combate was last weekend in Fresno.
And we're talking about it because we're not racist.
Copa Combate was an 8-man tournament, one-night tournament. And I was trying to follow this. Like, first of all,
brackets meant nothing.
the bracket, I think some guys like missed and they filled in some alternates because I was trying to follow the bracket and I was trying to follow it online and I was trying to find the results. I could give you the results fight by fight. Everything just seemed weird, but we do know one thing, and that is that Andreas Quinta has won the entire thing. He gets the giant trophy full of chiclets.
But not the stand.
But no stand. Yeah, he's still gonna. But it's still a giant
It's
golden
pretty big.
trophy.
It's
It's
pretty good.
awesome, man.
And also something that I've learned, and I'm starting to, and with Anaheim problems too. Keeping a card together in California is obviously a problem. Not just for amateurs, not just for people who are trying to put on an MMA event, but it's like anybody who's trying to put a card together in California, it's hard to keep it together apparently.
Yeah. So moving on from there, he did win all 3 fights in the tournament. He won one by decision. That was Marlon Gonzalez. Bruno Canetti, he took out with punches in round 1. And Alejandro Flores, he won by a spinning elbow in round 1. So good job to the Bullet Andreas Quintana winning Combate. I like the one-man tournament. It's kind of cool, man.
Yeah, and the people that were there, I heard from multiple people that were there that it was it had a great pace. Everybody, there wasn't a bad seat in the house.
Yeah.
And it was just a great card.
And I talked to a local fighter that we have on the show quite frequently, Rolando Velasco.
He was ringside, right?
He was ringside, and he was taking pictures with some of the up-and-ups in there, and I asked him, when you enter in the tournament?
When you going in? When you
going in? And he said, it's in the works. We're talking. No confirmation, but we're talking. So I like to hear that, Rolando, and we wish you the best of luck if you do enter a
Do they have a women's division?
Or yes, they do.
But we know she's
still technically signed with Invicta. At least the last time we talked about.
And they're working on a kid, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
At least that was the last rumor.
That's what we heard. That's what we heard.
We
heard. They're practicing to have kids.
Yeah, practicing. Lots of practice. UFC 231 pay-per-view that happened last Saturday. Let's start off on the bottom there. We got Alexander Raychik defeats Devin Clark. Carlos Diego Fiera defeated Kyle Nelson. Diego Lima over Chad Laprise. And Brad Catano over Matthew Lopez. 2 TKOs, a KO, and a decision on Fight Pass.
Oh, I was hyped.
You were ready.
At this point, I was just like, it's going to be a great day.
And then you saw the Fox Sports 1 card.
Yeah.
Fox Sports 1, Elias Theodorou defeats Eric Anders in a split decision. I honestly thought that Anders won that fight.
It's
That's
all
just my opinion.
It's how you score.
It is.
It's one of those.
I have to go back and watch it, but watching it live, that's what I thought.
No, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
You as a personal person, how you score it, that's how you see it.
What's more important to you?
Which I feel the same way with this
Jessica
next fight.
Ai against Caitlin Chukagian. Jessica Ai gets the split decision win.
I thought Chukagian won.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
Even though Jessica Ai needed this.
Jessica Ai, yeah.
Yeah, she needed this. But in my opinion, I thought Chukagian won. But again, it's in how I scored it.
Gilbert Burns gets the win all over Oliver Aben-Mercier.
Yeah, I don't even know where the 29-28 guy came in.
Yeah,
I don't know
pretty dominant. Pretty dominant for Gilbert. Nina Ansaroff gets the win over Claudia Gadelha in a unanimous decision.
What happened to Gadelha?
She just looked a little slow, didn't she?
Off target?
Yeah, a little like it was just the timing wasn't quite there.
I don't know.
Moving on to your main card, Thiago Santos gets a big win over Jimmy Manawa.
Jimmy Manawa should have listened to DC. He told him, "You don't want none of this, boy. Don't even come into this.
Yeah.
You're not ready for this. You think you are, but you're not. You know, should have listened to Dad, Jimmy."
Hakeem Dawodo gets the win over Kyle Bochniak. Gunnar Nelson.
Fucking Gunnar, baby.
Murder scene.
Woo!
Murder scene over Alex Oliveira, man.
He needed it, though. He needed it so bad. Did you see that
cut?
Yeah.
That cut was bad.
People were
saying, looked like a weird star shape. Like it was, yeah.
Yeah, the memes this week, there's been things written across his head. Some people said if you translate it, it's like some weird German writing. It's a bunch of stuff.
Valentino Shevchenko gets the win over Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
You want to see my surprise face?
Dana says he believes Joanna should go back to strawweight, and the flyweight is just not for her.
She's mentally messed up.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think she goes back to flyweight though and still does well?
No, I think
strawweight.
There's something wrong with her mentally from losing.
From the loss?
Yeah, and she's at the same place as Gadelha. I felt she was off target. I don't know what she was working for sometimes.
Do you feel like, though, that Shevchenko has been training so hard for this flyweight bout? She had 2 fallout with Montano.
Right.
That she was just that much more prepared?
Well, I mean, obviously.
All right.
You know, I can't say she wasn't.
Yeah.
She was the better fighter that day.
Definitely.
You know, she's not been the better fighter twice, 2 other times, right?
Uh-huh.
So... I mean,
I think she's
broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Max Holloway defeats Brian T. City Ortega with a doctor stoppage at the end of round 4.
So was Holloway playing possum?
Dude, Holloway looked like the time off didn't mean shit. He surprised me. I was honestly scared.
He doesn't look like a guy who suffered a stroke or an aneurysm or whatever it is we thought he had.
But I was worried about him because of those things, those rumors that we heard, the bad weight cut, the stroke, the aneurysm, the slurring of the words. It worried me because I like Max Holloway and he was doing very, very well up until that point.
And you were right. I went back and looked at the
footage of the interviews.
And again, he
kind of slurry.
So
now I know this is not to offend anybody, you know, in the day and age that we're in, but a lot of Hawaiians and the pidgin and that kind of culture, that language, do slur a little bit, and kind of use a lot of slang that kind of just kind of mushes things together.
And he knows he just got back from there after the whole island was taken down by a volcano.
Yeah, there was hardly anybody left. It was crazy.
They didn't have Joe, so they had Brandon. Brandon jumped into the volcano. It hasn't erupted since.
Yeah, it's been doing well.
Yeah.
But man, I honestly thought, I mean, I knew Max Holloway's stand-up was better than T-City's.
How about him telling Joe,
but Jesus, man.
I'm going to finish him this round.
Oh, yeah. Went over to the cage and told him, next round, he's mine. I got him. It's going to happen. Next round.
And do you think he took that third off?
No. I don't know. Maybe just kind of kick back a little bit get everything back into play. I mean, again, another murder scene where he just completely outclassed Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega is not going anywhere anytime soon. He will be back.
Right.
It's just not his time. It is Max's time.
Right.
We're in the blessed era.
We are in the blessed era. Did you feel like Max came in the most prepared I've ever seen against 2 fighters? He had an answer.
That's the thing, man.
He had an answer for everything Ortega brought.
That's what worried me going into the fight because of the time off, because of the slurred speech, because of the CTE possibility or the aneurysm or the stroke, or nobody knows exactly what happened, but because of that, I was worried he wasn't going to be prepared. I felt like he might be slow. I felt like he might be able to put things together. I thought he might, but he looked so sharp.
He did.
So sharp in this fight. Yeah. It looked like the Max that we knew going into 2 fights ago. You know, if this was 2 fights ago that he didn't have that whole incident, I would have taken Max the exact same way. But because of that, it did worry me. But hey, proved me the fuck wrong.
Right. And he did something that a lot of us have talked about. If you start to see that somebody has something that, like the eye, Just keep beating that eye. And then he can't see punches coming from that whole hemisphere of his head.
The fact when he was doubling and tripling up those punches on T-City, immediately I got excited. I was like, I would love to see him fight Nate Diaz at 155. Just from a pure striker standpoint. Makes no sense in the division, has no belt ramifications, makes no sense that one guy's going to move up and he's going to come. Like, none of it makes sense. Just as a pure striker, the fact that he was doubling up and tripling up on those punches like the Diaz brothers do, I would love to see that bout.
So you're saying Holloway, Diaz under Mayweather rules?
Yeah, but I still want MMA gloves.
MMA gloves. No gloves. Let's do bare knuckle.
Ooh.
And then not pay him or give him cars.
There's too much controversy going on with bare knuckle. I don't think either of these guys would get paid or get what they want.
No. One
is good.
One bare knuckle is taking care of their ends. And if you don't believe me, go to mymmanews.com.
They got some stories.
They got some stories for you.
Got some stories for you. Moving on from there, we do have a USO show by Bellator.
Salute the troops.
Saluting the troops. This is going to be going down in Hawaii at the Air Force Base. Or
December 14th.
Where is this at? Some sort of... I thought it was
right here. It's Neil S. Blaisdell Arena in Honolulu.
Right, but for some reason I thought that was like it must be really close to one of the bases. Anyway, so we got a USO show.
Hey, I'm just guessing on the size of Hawaii. If there is a base, no matter where you're at, you're close to it.
It's probably true. On your main card, Alejandra Lara going up against Juliana Velasquez, Derek Campos against Sam Cecilia, AJ McKee against Daniel Crawford, Frank Mir going up against Yavi Ayaya.
Did you see him?
He looks huge.
Yeah, he
looks like he's prepping for Lesnar.
They don't test for TRT, right?
And Brett Primus, your champion, defending his belt against Michael Chandler.
I'm going out on the limb. I'm taking Chandler.
Taking Chandler.
I think Chandler's going to take the championship belt from him.
That's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy. Also, the following day, you can check this out. This is only on DAZN, which very upsets me because you can't get it on, Paramount Network like the previous card.
I know.
Anyway,
but just sign up for your... Did you already use your free trial?
Yeah.
Oh.
It might be done by now. Okay. Anyway, moving on from there, we got the main card. Kona Oliveira going up against Nania Dung. Muhammad King Mo Law going up against Liam McGreary.
Love their face-off. Law is humbling himself.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. We got Neiman Gracie going up against Ed Ruth. Lyoto Machida going up against Rafael Carvalho. I do like that fight. I'm excited for that fight. And then, of course, your main event, Irima Lee McFarlane going against Valerie Latourneau. This is for the women's flyweight.
Valerie is also a UFC changeover, right?
Former, yep.
Okay.
Yep. And this is a big homecoming for Ilima Lee McFarlane. She is from Hawaii, so this is a big card for her.
Think she's going to have that big dude dressed as Stitch again?
That was pretty awesome. When she came out like Lilo and he was Stitch. Yeah. When I was over there in Hawaii, actually on TV on the local channel, they were promoting her as like local celebrity, local sports star coming to back home. I thought it was very cool. Very cool. And then, of course, you got UFC on Fox 31, the last ever UFC on Fox because the UFC is leaving Fox. We're going ESPN Plus.
To the left,
coming on out of Milwaukee.
To the channel on the left.
On Fight Pass, starting off, we got Chris De La Rocha going up against Juan Adams, Trevor Smith against Zach Cummings, Adam Milstead going up against Mike Rodriguez. Again, this is all on Fight Pass.
Did you set the heater at 90?
70?
I don't know. It's hot now.
It's getting warm. It's starting to get warm. I got off the emergency mode where it's just blowing cold air.
Oh, okay.
And then moving on to Fox Sports 1, we have Dan Ige going against Jordan Griffin, Gerald Mearschket going against Jack Hermanison, Jared Gordon going against Joaquin Silva, Bobby Green, Drucker Close, Zach Otto, and Dwight Grant. Moving on to Big Fox for the last time ever.
If Bobby Green doesn't win, is he gone?
Quite possibly.
Okay.
Quite possibly could get cut. Could possibly go to one. Could possibly go to Bellator.
Yeah. Because if Jakar loses,
there's so much MMA out there.
There's tons. There's 700 things going on this weekend.
There are 700 different cards going on this weekend. You can follow them all on My MMA News. Eric has a breakdown of every single card.
Every one of them.
Every single one of them.
Every one of them.
Jim Miller going against Charles Oliveira. I love this fight. I really, really like this fight.
How's Jim Miller fighting already? Didn't he just fight like a month ago?
Are you sure that wasn't his brother?
I don't know. Can't keep up with the Millers.
Rob Font going against
Keeping up with the Millers. There you go.
Sergio Pettis. Edson Barbosa going up against Dan Hooker. And your main event, Kevin, the Motown Phenom Lee, going up against Raging Al, the Realtor Iaquinta.
I thought it was Kevin, what is that on your chest, Lee?
Kevin, I like to dress like I'm in a Black Panther movie, Lee. And Raging Al.
Yeah.
The Realtor.
I mean, Kevin Lee's going to fight somebody who fought Conor McGregor.
That's what he always wanted. How do you see this fight going down?
Punches.
Lots of punches?
Punches, somebody grappling. You know.
I think Iaquinta is going to take this.
You think so?
I'm not as impressed with Kevin Lee as Kevin Lee is with himself. I know he likes to think he's the next greatest thing, the greatest lightweight of all time, that he should be getting belts.
Wait, I fucked that up. He fought Khabib, not Conor. Sorry. I fixed that in my head before anybody else out there got it.
I still think Iaquinta is going to get this fight.
You think so?
Yep.
Kevin Lee is so outrageously weird. I'm not going to pick anybody on this one.
Not picking anybody.
No, because I don't know what Kevin's going to do, bud.
No one knows what Kevin's going to do.
Yeah, Kevin doesn't even know. He's like Scotty. He doesn't know.
Doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know.
It is the holidays. Make sure you pick yourself up a Fight Night and Chill shirt. You go over to shirtsicle.com.
It's the holidays. Buy 5.
/SDMMA. You can put it on a hoodie. You can put it on a tank top.
Yeah.
You can get all of our shirts. We have our Pride style shirts. We have our Fight Night Chill. Of course, you have the old school SDMMA all black shirt. Check those out. Shirtsicle.com/SDMMA.
Yeah, and while you're checking us out, go check out My MMA News' shirts.
Yeah, they got some shirts.
And then any other podcast you might listen to, they got shirts on there too. They got tons of shirts. Oh wait, what happened with this guy? Has he got the belt?
We got it. This guy. So Ron Monahan, who's a friend of the show, we'd like to happily report that he won his title.
He got his belt
this past weekend at Panda Cup 6.
Like you said, he's going to bring it in here, right?
Cruiserweights. The next time we interview him, it'll be sitting right here, taking up a massive amount of space, just like he takes up a big, massive amount of space. He's a big guy. Awesome news to hear that a friend of the show won a belt and won his fight.
Right.
We hope to see him fight again soon. Also, make sure you go to Strongboard, strongboardbalance.com, strongboard.com, right? Which one is it?
Yeah, strongboardbalance.com.
Strongboardbalance.com. You can get on board, get on the Strongboard. I saw Ashley Evans Smith, who was wearing one of our shirts earlier. She was doing some workouts on it.
Yeah.
She was lifting weights, though.
Right.
Which is a little more
She
than
still
what
wasn't doing the T.
Not yet. I need to get this. I want to see the T, Ashley.
Yeah, we'll do the videos maybe next week. We'll do the video. We'll show you the T.
I'll be standing on the T again. It was entertaining.
It's good.
And then, of course, go to dependablesolutions.com. If you take credit cards for your business,
they could save you up to 70% on your credit card business.
Get a free consultation and see if they can save you up to 70%.
Yeah, you might as well check it out. I mean, what do you have to lose? 70%. That's what you have to lose. or actually gain 70%. Yeah.
Also, make sure you come down to SinCal Studios here in Modesto, where we have our SinCal studio. SinCal Industries next door. They do tattoos, piercings, vinyl, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. They're doing a huge sale right now for the month of December. I believe it's buy 2 jewelry, get one free.
Yeah.
Which is very cool. And especially, you can always get anything you want pierced.
Double your pleasure.
Anything you want pierced.
And they're always down, and he's always down to deal.
Everything.
If you come down here with cash in your pocket, he's down to deal.
Of course, you get an awesome tattoo from the artists here.
They can make you custom shirts too, right?
They make custom shirts. Yeah, I got my Japanese MMA shirt that I had a tribute to Yamamoto on a couple shows back. Anyway, check them out here at SinCal Industries. We are live from the SinCal Studios. I think that's it, right? That's everything.
That's it
for the show. Yeah, well, have a good night, and we'll see you at the fights.
Bye. Maybe this time.
Is it still recording? Is this going to be on YouTube?